Hi folks, it's Alan here, and I'm in the final stages of testing this thing, my supercapacitor based power supply. I'm delighted to say it's working really well. So at the moment I've got this kind of running, it is, you can see here this light is on, which means that the output power is on. If I push this button it switches the output off, and if I push the button again it will then switch the output back on after a second or two to just recharge the supercaps. So there we go, that's all now fully back on. And now what's actually happening in here is this is currently delivering power into this load. So basically I've got this loaded up with 15 ohms, it's a 15 volt output, so it's currently therefore loaded to, very roughly about 1 amp. And what you can see going on in here is lots of exciting stuff with their LEDs changing over. There's various different power checks and various other different LEDs in here. But the important ones are these two LEDs here, which you can see. This one here means that at the moment, this bottom supercapacitor, this one, is currently charging from my charging circuit. And the other LED here means that this one is currently powering the output load. And it's working great. And what you should see is in a few seconds, it'll then change over. So you can see basically that when it changes over as well, there's another light down here which comes on, which is the charging light. And this light stays on until the supercapacitor that's just moved on to charge is fully charged, and then the light will drop off. And then basically again, wait another few seconds and it'll all swap over again. So this is working really beautifully. And I have to say this, it's been a work of love getting this to work. Getting the software right has been incredibly complicated, but does actually now work really well. The input charge circuitry is complicated because there's basically I've got to limit the current that flows into these supercapacitors. The output charge circuitry is even more complicated because I have to first of all limit the outrush that comes from these supercapacitors when I'm charging these, which are kind of my intermediate buffer capacitor for while it's doing the changeover part of the circuit. And actually the final output stages is all of these little things down here, which are LT3045, great little regulators, ultra low noise output regulators. And this is specified for up to about 2.5 amp maximum. But actually the peak it'll cope with is more like 4 amps, so instantaneous current load is not a problem. And basically this is going to give me extremely low impedance, extremely high quality output that is totally isolated and disconnected from the mains. And this is now basically just going to be running like this. It gets barely warm, it's just slightly warm around here, running at 1 amp, so it's all fine. And actually conversely that resistor there is now getting quite hot. So actually this is running perfectly. I'm really enjoying it.